It's time for Truth or Fake. That means James Creedon's in the house. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mark.
Starting with the rumours and reports in certain media that a Canadian former general has been captured by Russian forces in Ukraine. Truth or fake?
So, well, some of it is fake, and some of it we don't know. I've given it all away now. But anyway, Trevor Cadieux is the gentleman in question. He's a retired Canadian lieutenant general, and you can see here that there was an investigation in Canada. He's no longer a general actually in the Canadian Army, but he did go to Ukraine as a mercenary, and there were reports, including in this Azerbaijan media, that he was captured by the Russians in Mariupol, in that infamous Azovstal steel plant, where there have been lots of reports, speculation that there may be forces from other countries present around that site. There's a huge amount of speculation and hearsay regarding what's happening at Azovstal. In any case, the France 24 observers have been looking at this particular image, which did the tour of several social media, claiming to be a representation of when he was captured by the Russians. Of course, you can't really see his face very clearly there, but several social media were saying, look, that this is kind of the proof of this headline that Russia captured the commander of the Canadian Army at Azovstal. For other rumours, by the way, that were whirling around the internet about this guy, had him in some way involved in bioweapons plants producing lovely illnesses such as Ebola. So you get the extent to which there's a huge amount of...
That's the conspiracy behind the media manipulation then?
Yes.
Okay.
Quite probably. In any case, what we can say for certain is that is not Trevor Cadieux. That is a Ukrainian soldier.
His mother wouldn't recognise him, would she? I mean, it's you can't really see his face at all.
You can't see his face. And with a reverse image search of a screen grab of that particular... In any case, it was traced back with the Observer's general kit of tools to this report on Russian television. So it's nothing to do with Trevor Cadieux at all. Now, what we can say is that it has been verified that he's in Ukraine, and we don't know what's happening with him right now. So perhaps maybe he's been captured, maybe he hasn't. We don't know. There have been reports to that end, but no proof, and certainly no visual proof of that. So the image is certainly false.
Okay, so we've established some strand of this is false, but there's still a very muddied water that we can't see through.
Exactly.
So we'll have to wait and see how that develops with Trevor Cadieux.
Exactly.
Now then, next to claims about media ownership. Hot topic, this one. The Rothschild banking family own Reuters and Associated Press. Not my words, I hasten to add. Not my words. Or perhaps they don't. Now, there's all sorts of rumours about this kind of thing, and usually these rumours are part of an anti-Semitic trope. But you can obviously throw more light on this one.
So, indeed, the Rothschilds at the centre of a lot of conspiracy theories. Indeed, some of it of the ilk that you were just mentioning, Mark, and also a lot of speculation about media ownership. Just to give you a couple of little visuals, this is French media ownership, a very nifty little graphic, and it does show that indeed there are some big media barons. We know this that own a lot of different media. This is in France, but it's, I think, true. This is a Harvard University study showing similar themes in the US. So with that background, with the fact that you do have concentrations of media ownership when it comes to private media, claims like this on this particular Facebook share from an Australian Facebook user, that there are 6 media companies that exist today where there had been 88. Both of those figures are incorrect, by the way, and they don't say where. And then he goes on to say that Reuters and Associated Press, Reuters own AP, and the Rothschilds own Reuters, and all of that is bogus. Everything about that is false.
I was going to say, it all sounds complete nonsense.
It is. And so AFP fact-checked it, and they really sifted through it to see, is there any background media interest, or rather business interest of the Rothschild, very significant, massive economic interests in these media.
Fund that owns it. There's nothing at all.
Well, so nothing that they could ascertain. Reuters is 67% of its shares are owned by the Woodbridge Company. That's the principal controlling shareholder. And then if you look at AP, AP is an independent not-for-profit news cooperative owned by no one. That's their words. I suppose if you look into it, it can get a little bit more complex than that, but certainly no trace of the Rothschilds. And Reuters don't own AP.
Not even an investment. It's all codswallop completely.
Totally, yeah. So there you go. I mean, I suppose any sort of analysis of those numbers and those claims prove it to be false, but with the context of, I suppose, other reports that are true about concentrations of media ownership, you could end up believing this sort of stuff.
So France 24, for instance, completely independent.
Yes.
State-funded, of course, and some people watching other countries might say, if you're state-funded, you're doing the state's bidding. Not the case. We're independent journalists. We tell the truth. And if that means criticising the state and the president and the government, we do that. We don't hesitate. That's probably the thing that separates us from other countries where maybe state media are basically propaganda.